Alright. I'll be with you in a second, chat. I've just got to do something. There we go. Alrighty. Alright, people of the world. This is GTA Raj, and I welcome you back to the channel once again. Now, here's the thing you need to know, alright? Here's the thing you need to know. We're going to be jumping into the Crew Motorfest in a little minute or so. And yeah, I've been playing this for a little bit now. I got it because it's on sale. I kind of picked it up for dirt cheap, and yeah, because I picked it up for cheap, I ended up well, yeah, I picked it up for cheap. But the end result is I got the game for cheap, and the news came out that Ubisoft is actually adding an offline mode to the Crew 2 and the Crew Motorfest. And that got me. That actually got me. So I heard that news and I'm like, okay, that is actually kind of worth. But they also held a sale. 89 British pennies for the Crew 2 and 16, I believe 16, for the Crew Motorfest. And to top it all off, the Crew Motorfest has a DeLorean. It actually has several. Weirdly enough, you can only get the bigger one. Let's complete this playlist. You can only get the, which is a bit on the weird side, but whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to ship a keyboard back. That's insane. But no. I have been playing this for a little bit. I'm not exactly that far into the game in general. And here's the thing. I already have a kind of love-hate relationship with it, but not for the reasons you're thinking. Not for the, it's maybe for the reason that you're thinking of, but also, it's a little bit meh. The reason I say this is the new Forza Horizon is because I've actually had more enjoyment out of playing this than Forza Horizon recently. So there is that to take into account as well. Yeah, we're not listening to Chair Lives. But the way that it works is, you're attending a racing festival and then you've got the complete playlist. And then inside the playlist, there's like 8 races of different, varieties. So the last one that I did on my own, it was for going off-roading and learning how to do, or how to fly a plane. And actually, no, I'm the wrong part for this. Oh no, I can't do it here. Okay. Wait, yeah, we can. Okay. So, with this game, there's 2 forms of currency that you can use. There's two forms of currency that you can use, and one of them is something you have to invest real money into. So that's what crew credits are. That's up at the top right. You'll see like my in-game currency plus my crew credits. The crew credits are the one in blue. And these are kind of the prices. So 220,000 crew credits is what, 16 bucks. 86,000 for that double pack of the 911 Legacy. So that'll set you back approximately 8 bucks. And for this custom bundle, I don't know what the hell's in that. You get a Ivory Tower Azius, and you also get Underglow and Yellow Nitro. That's 154,000 credits. For that to work, you'd have to put in what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bucks. Actually, a little bit more than that. Let's say 15 at the most. So, if you buy one of these and then two of these, you're set for that one card. You can also buy this at 60 bucks. The point is, we can use two forms of currency. It doesn't exactly translate well. That's issue number one. And then, you get on to things like this. Which, specialized tires, specialized window tint, and an Audi RS6. But that's not where it ends. So in vehicle customization, or vehicle vannies, you can buy things like Ocean Spirit Nitro, which all it does is change the color of your Nitro. That's 10,000. That's 10,000 credits. 10,000 credits. You'd have to buy one of these. That's a couple bucks. It all adds up at the end of it. Your vehicles and vanities. All it is for underglow. Turn it up, or car underglow, accessories, tire colors, nitro, rooftop PCs, and a few other bits and bobs. But it appears that they cycle weekly. They seem to cycle weekly. So that's the downside. You don't have access to a lot of things right off the bat. So there is some form of investment if you want to get everything in the game. Which is straight up just unfortunate. It really is. So yep, that's a thing. But we're now hopping into the Vintage Garage playlist. Which for me to do this, I had to pick up a vehicle. Picking up vehicles in this is fine. It honestly is. Picking up vehicles in this is honestly fine. I forgot to send him a link. Let me do this and then this. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna do the back of the Vintage Garage playlist. This is the last thing. This is the last playlist I have to do in order to unlock the main stage. I don't know what the hell to expect from this one, but if it's anything like the last playlist I did, I'm gonna have a good time. But not always. This game is unfortunately a mixed bag when it comes to how you race. What is it doing? Oh, I follow the clues.
Hey there, do you copy? So for your first spin, all you gotta do is follow the instructions and enjoy a smooth drive towards Howler Forest.
Okay, so all I have to do is go to the places that it tells me to. Okay. That's actually interesting.
I'm Kai, by the way. I'll be your guide from afar. I'll pick and prep your cars and give you some tips. Plus, you get to enjoy my company. Clearly the best part.
Wow, we're being flirted with. What do you mean I went too far? How did I miss it? What? It's pointing me at a little freaking hut thing. I also like the fact that the dial has changed right behind me. It's not meant to, because I actually have this El Dorado in the game already. This is how I started off that van. Wait, what? Wait, so it starts me back off here. There's maybe an issue on the game's part, to be honest. All it's giving me is a small hint, and then... Oh wait, top left? I'm assuming we... Oh, this is here. I think? Yeah, it is. So Belvedere, go right. Then there's a board up on the right hand side here.
I've been willing to meet you. On Motorfest ground, they say you're quite the driver.
That ain't the pick, that ain't it. Oh, wait, is this it? Yeah, that's it. So to look out for an American flag, and then go left.
It was designed at the time to be the finest car money could buy. As you can guess, it's one of the most expensive production cars of its time. Better treat that old lady with all the respect she deserves.
Damn. First, right, okay. There's a lot of cool stuff in this game already. You go left at the thing up. What I don't necessarily like, it all comes down to the races once again. Now the races aren't as bad as Forza Horizon 5. Let's put that right out there. But you can see in a bunch of times that the opponent does get an unfair advantage.
And right again.
So I'm not quite a fan of that. So one of the things I was doing was a beach race. And the opponent had way more grip, and I didn't have that much power in my car at all.
I was born on this island, and I can tell you, there's no other place quite like it.
Wait, watch me go off? Wait, what?
I mean, seriously, look at this natural arch.
Damn, that's fun. Wait, what? It's a big ass sign up ahead and then we turn left out the sign. So I might have missed it.
I believe there will be a left turn on the dirt road real soon. Watch for it.
Left turn on the dirt road. Got it. Yeah, one thing I don't like about this already is the fact that the reflections don't work. Like, you can't actually see in your rear view mirror or the side mirrors. And that kind of matters. That kind of matters if you're trying to see behind you. And
struggle a little bit on the way up. Go easy on her. She's not as young as she used to be. Don't worry, its weight will help you gain some speed and have more fun on the way down.
on the way down. What? Yeah, no, this game actually has a bunch of issues wrong with it. But overall, the experience for me has been better than Forza. Cars are not exactly ripping off the line at incredible speeds. Some of the time they do gain unfair advantages, but that doesn't always last.
Okay, you made it. Good work.
Yeah, made it. Nice. After I crashed a couple of times. Mirrors to be patched in November. Honestly, it shouldn't have. It should have been working out right off the bat. Interestingly enough, I do appreciate the fact that the car can take some actual reasonable damage. And you can still brake check people in this as well, which is very interesting.
Time to see the kind of action that First Decade has to offer. The racetrack is just nearby.
Oh. So far, the amount of cars that I've seen in this game isn't terrible, but they are missing a few good ones, like the Nissan Silvia, which is honestly a classic. Ooh. Wait, does it want me to win this? Or just survive?
Okay, here's where you can show me what you can actually do as a driver.
Whoa. Yeah, I'll be trying that one. Rewind is off. Rewind is off. I don't use it. So it's all about working the pedal on this one.
Here's where you can show me what you can actually do as a driver. We got you festival goers a good old-fashioned gig, so you can enjoy these 50s oldies at their maximum capacity.
Good lord.
And I get that's a race and all, but you're still driving an original 1957 Eldorado, so look after it. Do not forget, I'm the one patching things up afterwards. You're doing good. Still got room for improvement, though. There's more to winning than just a more powerful engine. Some
Whoa.
programs found that the hardware in the 50s. Does the name Hornet ring any bell?
If I slam down too hard, I'm gonna spin out. Damn, this is difficult. But the one I had the most difficulty with recently.
In your face, sucker. Sorry.
That was close. I have to be very careful. I can hear them on my right, on my left now.
Come on, one final push. Hang in there.
And across the line. The one that I had the most difficulty with was the Made in Japan stuff. Like, there was that one duel race where you're both in Mazda, you're in an RX-7, and your opponent just blasts off the line, and it's very difficult to catch up. But you can't catch up because they have so much more grip. The literal best that I could do there... My hair's pink, nice. The best that I could do in that case scenario was to keep up. So I did have to lower the difficulty, just to try and get around that rubber banding is happening. Because it's not the traditional one where you just slingshot forward, or the opponent slingshots forward.
Great job, but the journey is far from over.
Yeah, it's not the case of just slingshotting forward or trying to catch up or whatever.
Because you're about to enter the 60s.
The way that it works is they have a bit more grip than normal.
What a decade.
Oh god, this car is like Navi from fucking Legend of Zelda. Yeah, we're going inside. We're inside now. So let's do this. It's always fun to see all this kind of stuff. But there's a lot that I do like about this game right off the bat. It's like how you drive cars and all that. The racing is also better made or better done than Forza.
In the 60s, I have a personal favorite, the Volkswagen Combi. Hey, being an AI doesn't mean you don't have your own taste. The Combi is the most emblematic van of all time. I just love it. And today, we'll just see how tough it can be in a race.
I do like the off-roading spirit of this. It's actually very interesting. But the sheer number of things that you can get up to in this game, flying, biking, speedboating, all that kind of stuff. To me, that's all incredibly interesting. I like that idea. I very much like it. So we get to drive a combi? I do have a custom difficulty set up here. So we're doing 4 out of 5 for difficulty. If I remember, ABS is on, traction is off. My driving line, or my racing line is set to braking only. And there's a few other bits and bobs to make it more difficult. Oh, this is so cool though. This is so cool. What's my goal? Is my goal to just win, or is it one of those races where you just have to get to the end and you win regardless? I reached top 3. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I like that.
Okay, it's all nice, colorful, and lovely, but stay focused.
It actually helps if the game would let me hear my gear, my engine right now.
Combis are awesome, but driving them in a race isn't exactly a walk in the park. They're a tad stiff and they got a high...
I really like those white wall tires though. Those white wall tires are good. I have a knack for wanting to
Everyone's driving a combi.
drive a retro car.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. From now on, your cars will be equipped with nitrous oxide system. Give it a shot.
I also have NOS turned off. Turning off the NOS is a weird one in this because it doesn't work on the computer. It just disables you from using it.
You're good at this.
So if I were to suggest a few changes for the game, I'd say remove the rubber banding. It's unnecessary. The game's actually challenging enough without it. Remove the... Or change how removing NOS works. So if you turn off NOS, it should turn it off for everybody. Everybody in the race, I mean, not just everybody in general. That'd be kind of bad.
Depending on the country, it is known as the bulldog or the split.
What else? What else would I change? I would say make all cosmetics available to buy. There's no point in it. I can see your frustration. Difficulty 4 and 5 with stock. Untuned cards could be a challenge. The game doesn't wake up until you're using your own vehicle. It's rubber banding in this is honestly minimal. It is! Yep, that's my point. The rubber banding in this isn't like Forza. In Forza Horizon 5, and I've shown this off on stream, it starts at the second difficulty. You can see cars rubber banding like not that much, but it happens. So I did a thing in Forza Horizon 5 where I started off on tourist, and I gradually went up 2 or 3 difficulties. But I was doing them in steps of 1, so it'd be like tourist and then amateur and all that. I did that, and the tourist was fine. Tourist was honestly fine just for driving in. But as soon as you went up to the next difficulty level, you could see it happen. And I let it happen on one occasion, and they almost overtook me in the race. So it is interesting, but Forza is a little bit different. So what they tend to do is they tend to apply a custom tuning profile to their vehicles first, and the rubber banding kicks in during the race. So they'll have that extra grip in that. And I found this out because I was using a mod tool. And the mod tool revealed hidden tuning profiles that you couldn't access otherwise. And all the mod tool was doing was allowing me to access them. They didn't do much in my hands, but if you've got a CPU that only goes from A to B, then they might be able to take advantage of it. Because I found this out in Horizon 4 as well. There's no like CPU. They're only programmed to go from point A to point B, and they don't stop otherwise. They just don't. You cannot brake check them. If you make them crash, they will still attempt to go forward, even though they can't. Funny story about that, I kind of knocked one into a house, and kept trying to go forward. And it was repeatable, so yeah, there's that. Normally you could say it was a bug, but if it's repeatable that easily, without doing much of anything, it is definitely not a bug.
You're in the lead. Now keep these guys at bay.
Whee! Drifting! Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Watch that final turn. It's pretty sharp. Use your brakes.
Watch the final turn. I'm still in top 3, so we're fine.
That's the finish line right there. Come on.
Actually, whoa. My brother in Christ. Retry. Hi, Michaela. Once you're using your own cars, you won't see the rubber banding, as I think it's almost non-existent. It exists, but it's minimal. And I'm glad that it's minimal. Because if it kept up, if it kept on happening, then I would just be outright pissed off about it. Because I can accept rubber banding in games like Need for Speed.
Okay, it's on
Specifically the classic ones. Because you can trigger the rubber banding to happen if you unlock specific things early.
These are awesome, but driving me
So for context, you can use cheat codes to get a free Junkman marker.
gravity. So, what's your curves?
But doing that triggers the rubber banding to happen. Because the computer will also have access to the parts that
Good news is,
you have.
driving a combi.
So they become overpowered as well, and
Your cars will be
yeah.
equipped with nitrous oxide
Especially if you do that whole thing where you unlock all parts at the beginning of the game. The AI has access, or the computer has access to that, and they will be equipped with it.
You're full of surprises.
So yeah, in this case, I'm not seeing any right now. Like there is that one guy that keeps slamming his NOS when I clearly have NOS turned off.
Dan got a whole lot of names
But this is almost,
Depending on the country,
this is actually better than Forza Horizon 5 by a fair amount. Like, yeah, it's missing showcase events,
Combi 21,
but I'm not expecting that from the crew. I'm not expecting to race in the Halo Warthog. I'm not expecting to be chasing trains. Or overtaking them in some cases. So I am fine. I'm just literally fine. So this game is perfectly serviceable, has one or two issues, but those can actually just be resolved. I don't know if they will be by Ubisoft. If they do get resolved, that's perfect.
engine to its absolute limit. You know about the Volkswagen engine types, right?
Oh, engine types, wow. I did actually buy a Beetle in this, but I prefer driving DeLorean. DeLorean is so underappreciated. Like, it's unreal. And I'm pretty sure the only reason DeLorean, or DMC, DeLorean Tech, the DeLorean Motor Company stopped working with games is because Jeremy Clarkson made fun of it in Forza Motorsport 4. That got removed with a patch, but you can still access it. Still fun though. Oh, we're going 90. Wow. But no, once I get to a point where I'm just like driving my own vehicles for playlists and that, I'm gonna be having one hell of a good time. I do enjoy the loner stuff because it helps get you into it, but the minor rubber banding is a bit of a pain, and it increases it artificially increases playtime. That's not a good thing to happen. Whee! Drifting. Drifting in this is actually pretty fun as well. The engine is not doing much.
It's pretty sharp. Use your brakes.
I mean, this is a Type 2 bus. What brakes? Oh my god, what? There's no way that happened. Even though it was ahead by X amount, I would have still crashed, and there's a slight delay when you're reversing. Or when you reverse. Because this wants to go through all the gears. It wants to go through neutral before it goes to reverse. And I'm like, but why though? It's kind of,
Nice, colorful, and lovely, but stay focused.
yeah, there are minor annoyances, but they're not like massive problems. What I do enjoy the most though is the streamer mode. So obviously this is a live stream that's happening right now, and streamer mode is something that only plays music that's streamer friendly. But obviously I don't have that going. I have the music disabled. Music's a bit of a distraction. Yeah, nitrous that I don't have, even though the others have it, they shouldn't have it because it's disabled. Yeah, like I said, if you disable NOS, it should disable it for everyone in the race. So that's a bit of an annoyance, and it gives them an advantage that they shouldn't have. But I think, what I personally think, an alternative thought, but I personally think that they've done it for a reason. So disabling it only disables you from using it to increase your challenge. And when you look at the way they use the NOS, in some cases, it doesn't make sense for them to use the NOS. Because it's like, they're not going that much faster. And you catch up anyway. But in the case of the Made in Japan race, that whole playlist thing, that was a nightmare. Because the guy was restoring NOS pretty quick, and he was flooring it. He was literally, he got up to 20 seconds ahead. The only way I could do it is if I knocked him off the track and turned the difficulty down to try and mitigate some of the rubber banding. In the end, it worked, but the downside there is that RX-7 was a nightmare to handle. because every time I would put on the brakes, the car would just immediately spin out. And it's not like a hard press of the brakes, because that would lock up the wheels and you couldn't turn. But no, it was interesting to see how they would react. Surprisingly, it's both easy and difficult to knock players off the track in this. I don't get why they made it so difficult, because in the beach race that I was doing, I was clearly in a heavier vehicle than the opponent, and they weren't budging, but they were able to nudge me just fine. So that's kind of meh. Yeah, they were in a Chevrolet Chevelle, and it's the one where you're in a more recent Dodge Challenger that's been modified for off-roading. So in that one in particular, the Chevy was able to actually push me over, despite me being a much heavier vehicle. So I don't get how that works. It really shouldn't have. But whatever, that's over and done now. Depending on how this stream goes, I may just stream more of this, or just keep it as an in my spare time game. Because this is genuinely fun. Whoa, 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 hey buddy. Haha, no you don't. That's cheating! Oh, no way. No way. That's cheating that they never got to slow down. They should have slowed right down for that one. Now I'm determined. 347.673. 0.5. Oh, retry. I'm not letting that slide. That's a no-go from me. 50th of a second. I'm not letting that go. There is no way I can consciously let that go. What the hell? Oh. Oh, of course my dumbass would forget to shift out neutral. God. It's like I don't actually drive. I actually don't drive. I'm going to be starting to learn later on this year. But no, I forgot to shift out neutral. But one thing I want to appreciate is just how good looking this game is. Like, yeah, for whatever reason these roads are all wet. It's probably been raining. Might be the assumption. But this is actually a beautiful game. Very nice. From now on, you're all using NOS. Whoa, hey buddy! You should have checked your mirrors. If you could use them, that is. I kind of want to see a little bit better driving from the computers in the future for this difficulty level. Like, they should be able to... They shouldn't be pulling out in front of you like that. They should be taking a note from the older motorsport games. Forza motorsport games, I mean. Because the AI in that was actually good. You could brake check them and they'll stop. If you brake in front of them, they'll slow down. They will try to pull back if you try to take a corner and they're there.
It's 21 windows. Yeah, that's a lot.
Why are we getting used to this information? Yeah. If all these cars are can go at the same speed, why are they not all going at the same speed? Do we have that unfair advantage? Let's push that good old Type 2 engine to its absolute limit.
You know about the Volkswagen engine types, right?
There's many up in front, probably doing 100, but we're catching up anyway. Yeah, no, overall this game, whilst it needs a little bit of work, it's overall fine. Reflections need a bit of work. That's really it. Graphically anyway. I'm not noticing any issues when it comes to things like performance of other vehicles. So if I tune a vehicle, I know the game's going to get it correct. Forza does not. It really doesn't. Horizon 5, your braking distance when you change your tire pressure is all over the place. So you could put up by one push of a button, and all of a sudden your braking distance goes from like 200 feet to 250 feet, which is not representative of what would happen. But the point is, the value that you get back will be different every time. You will more than likely never have the same value twice. Yeah, let's try not to screw this one up.
Watch that final turn. It's pretty sharp. Use your brakes.
Yeah, they're very aggressive.
You're good at this.
Rah! Screw that. Okay, I'm competitive. Competitive Volkswagen racing. This is what it's coming down to. Because we all have like a hard limit of 91 miles an hour. And they're not exactly using NOS because they're hitting the rev limiter when they're using NOS. So they shouldn't actually be able to get faster than I am. I really shouldn't be able to get faster than they are.
Okay, it's all nice, colorful, and
So it would
lovely,
be
but
all down to driver skill. Yeah, look at these two fighting.
combis are awesome, but driving them in a race isn't
Yeah, look at this.
exactly
They've been using NOS and I'm just
They got a high
passing
center
them.
of gravity. So, watch your curves. The good news is
What are they doing that they're that slow?
Oh, I
Because they
forgot to
shouldn't
tell
be
you,
that far
from
behind. They
now
should be
on,
very close
your cars
together.
will be equipped with nitrous oxide system. Give it a shot.
I mean, if they all take the exact same racing line, they should be in like a line formation. And they will be very close to one another. But in this case scenario, we have a hard cap of 91 miles per hour. You guys can't see it, unfortunately. But it's a hard cap of
On
91.
top of being a road legend, this fan got a whole lot of names and nicknames over the years. Depending on the country, it is known as the Bulldog or the Split.
Oh, pardon me.
Because of its distinctive split screen. And of course, Combi 21 because of its 21 windows. Yep.
Look at that guy in orange just pulling up like a Chad. I don't know how. Like I said, it's rubber banding. Once you're out ahead, you don't notice it. But if they're pulling right past you when they shouldn't be, you notice it. Very interesting to say the least.
Alrighty.
Yeah, we're so out ahead. We've been holding the same speed for ages.
You know about the Volkswagen engine types, right?
What I appreciate is the result is different this time around, because we were neck and neck with Mary around this time. When we last tried this, so it's fun to see the differences in general. I can't believe it's been 45 minutes already. It feels like 10. Yeah, we're at 92, 93. But we cannot go over that. So at most, when they're slamming down the nitrous, they're either gaining no speed at all, or they're hitting the rev limiter of like what, 95 miles an hour. So I can't pinpoint what's going on. They're so far behind. So even if I somehow made a mistake now, we should be fine. Yeah, even there, we just made a massive mistake. And for whatever reason, these roads are wet as hell. There's no sign of rain, so that shouldn't be a thing.
Use your brakes.
Woo!
That's the finish line right there. Come on, all out.
And across the line, in my rifle first place. How's chat doing? Yeah, they're 0.677 seconds behind. Almost a full second. So there's that. Yeah. Okay, so this whole thing with the performance parts down below, I kind of like that idea too, but also I was gonna say it doesn't make too much sense to have effects and all that,
All the way north.
but some of them do, and I'll tell you why in a second. So let's go on in vehicles. Pick my why? What does Y do? Oh, favorite set. So if we go to upgrade, we can check our thingy stats or effect stats. So effects are like bonuses applied to your parts. So in our case, on the right hand side, with the current breaks that I have highlighted, I would gain 0.9% into XP Legend. Right, or Legend. Oh, what? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Game. Did we just freeze? GPU lost, unable to... What? The crew more fast crashed. Have us up beside a crash report. Yeah, go on then. I didn't overclock, so what the fuck happened? Okay, we'll try it again. This has been a bit of a problem for a few things. Na na na. Na 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 na. Yeah, it takes a little minute for all this crap to start up. It's interesting. I don't get why. I should also close League of Legends for a bit. Boop, boop. But GPU lost. Are we still running the game? Yeah, we are. This is just getting more and more interesting, to be honest. There it is. Read before playing. But no, with those effects, you get specific bonuses for having them equipped to your car. So you'll have a bonus 2% to air intake and stuff like that. That kind of works. But the thing that doesn't necessarily work for me is the whole Legends experience thing. Because, simply down to the fact, it just doesn't make sense in general. It doesn't make sense because...
Welcome back, driver.
Where are you? Let's get vehicle customization for this. Yeah, vehicle, click on it, upgrade. Yeah, the whole thing of getting an increase to something called treasure hunt is insane. I don't know why you would want that. But something along the lines of air outtake is interesting. There's also one on your gearbox that increases your drift percentage. Which is fun. ECU. Rockets, that's extra speed by 0.8%. 4% the trailer. I don't know what the hell that means. There's also a bonus to air outtake. Resourceful and trailer. Frenetic. Rocket. All these just don't make sense. So, yep. Exhaust. You get drifty and treasure hunt. Treasure hunt, collector, lucky, they don't make sense. Shifty is better for shifting. I get extra pump and shifty. 17% on that. I don't know what the hell this is meant to do. My braking distance is just all right here. So yeah, we've got 593 brake horsepower. We don't actually need all of that. Exhaust 5, motor core. Maybe we could have done this. Well, what the hell's actually been keeping performance all that much? Oh. Whatever. But yeah, the point is, you get all these bonuses from having certain parts equipped, and a lot of them just straight up don't make sense. But for things like drifty and shifty, where you get bonuses to your gear shifting, drifting and air outtake. I don't get the whole air outtake thing, but that's fine.
Let's complete this playlist.
They also have proper improvements. The idea is to create specific sets of parts where they have appropriate fixes with appropriate fixes. Yeah, that's something I get, but why things like Lucky and the Collector? To me, that just doesn't serve that much of a purpose. Because what is that? What's the end result of that going to be? You get a bonus for collecting vehicles, I think. Yeah, we're not doing that. We'll go with this way. Oh yeah, we'll have all this done in a short while. Yeah, this brings me on to my one of my second bigger issues, is when you're forced into an event. Forza does this as well, but they actually cancel it if you're at a certain range from the event. You'll get an automatic fail. Let's find out where we're going. 12 miles away. So my complaint with Forza is that you're forced into these events, and it's the same here too. What I would actually appreciate is if you had to accept it first. Like that that point to point we just entered by mistake. It would be very nice if it was like, hey, do you want to enter this? And instead of just overtaking your map like that. Because it kind of forces you into it. And that isn't good. That's never a good sign when anything does that. But that's the DeLorean dummy though. $10 miles to go, are you kidding? Wait, did it just reset on me? Oh, I hate that. I don't like to see that. Lucky and Goldfinder are better per quality and quantity. Drifty makes nitro fill faster. Wait, Drifty makes nitro fill faster? It's better part quality and quantity. Okay. That's a. Yeah, I guess it makes a little bit more sense, but like. Those are like RPG elements in the start bridge for cars. Air outtake, I don't get. I think it's meant to be air intake, which would be fantastic at an extra 2%. That's fine.
That's just another perfect opportunity for you to discover the island at your own pace and enjoy that 60s vibe some more. I can
60 vibes some more?
This isn't about the destination, it's all about the journey.
This AI is actually bothering me. It's not the fact that they exist, it's the fact that they're yapping. But, the drifty one doesn't make sense in regards to what it says. It doesn't do what it says in the tin. Unless you mean it's filling up your nitrous faster by drifting. Is there a section where I can check all of that? Actually, let me have a look. Because for me right now, it's better if I understand what is going on before I say that's a problem. Why did that not search? There we go. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, so rich increases how much money you get, increases XP is legend. Okay, okay. Goldfinger is loot drop. Lucky is loot quality. Pure is nitro power. Extra pump is nitro refill speed. Ventilated nitro will refill by X% during a jump. Rocket, resourceful, frenetic. Frenetic, that's a good one. Nitro power increases well in. What? Nitro power increases by X% but while in use? Drifty is nitro refills when drifting. Tricky is when performing figures. Okay. Collector increases treasure frequency apparition by percent. The rate at which treasure spawns in the world. Bulldozer increases collision impact force. Shifty increases slipstream power. Okay. Air intake increases slipstream distance. Trailer increases the speed well ahead of a vehicle by X%. That's kind of nifty. Air outtake, that's the one I was curious about. Increased distance detection of the drag bump. Speed boost when directly ahead of a vehicle. Okay. What else is there here? Oh wow, there's so much. Okay. Slippery extreme scale, perfectionist, getaway, cluster, iron grip, clean driver. That's incredible. Okay. This is very different. This is very different from what I was thinking. So let's get into it. And I'll tell you what I thought they were. Also, my DeLorean's dented in the menu. Effects should be ignored IMO until you reach max power level. Naming convention is silly, but the serves actual purpose. The naming convention is misleading. I wouldn't say it's necessarily silly. It's just misleading to a degree. So when I see things like shifty, that makes me think that my shift timing is increased. What's the other one? Rocket is like offline boost, off the line boost. What's the other one? Air outtake. I didn't know what air outtake was going to be in general, so that threw me. That actually got me surprised. Drifty was a weird one because when I saw that, I thought that having this part equipped would increase your drifting points by 0.6%. Which, given how high the points target can be, that would make sense. But I'm understanding more. I understand the vibe they're going for with this. Very, very arcadey, and it's honestly, it's kind of like build your own performance car. So if you can get very similar parts at a given performance level, you can. Let's avoid that. God damn it! That's more trouble than it's worth. Yeah, that's a lot more trouble than it's worth. I don't care about that. Get out of here with that. When will the game realize I just don't care about it? I'm trying not to do it. Yeah, I don't care about those points. Come on now. I wish those were opt-in or opt-out. But no, they do make more sense now going by the vibe the game's giving. Because it is a very nitro-heavy game, so a lot of these being geared towards refilling your nitro when you're doing specific tasks makes sense. Ow. But yeah, is there a way for me to fast travel to my destination? Map. This is... That's not my destination. Pretty sure this is Mustang Sally, I think. We're only 4 in? Wait, that's kind of... This map system's actually kind of cool. But the fact I can't jump to that is BS. Good lord. That's something they might want to change up a little bit. Like, it makes no sense that I can't just jump to those. Because I'm now affiliated with the Vintage Garage. And each of those races is technically an outpost, so I should be able to jump to them.
Icing on the cake, your ride will be the eternal 1969 Mustang Boss 429.
Oh, the Mustang Boss, the thing that if you put too much power down, you slide out. What I'm a fan of with this game is the damage that you can do. So it... Wow. Seeing a game that can do this with damage is actually quite funny. So in most games that are open world like this, like Test Drive and all that, that would just be like a smudge. But no, they've went out of their way to allow you to dent the front bumper and all that. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's giving me GTA 4 vibes. Because you could do things like this on a more grander scale in Grand Theft Auto 4. And it was more accurate to what you could do in real life. Even though this game's not exactly realistic at the slightest. But the fact they've got that little bit of realism to it is just incredible. It adds character to the game. It's like... You'd always have that one game where you'd have bragging rights. So like... Back in like 2008... Yeah, we're fine with that. Back in the day, you'd have like a very pretty game. You'd flash off that the game was pretty. Or that you could do X or Y in a specific video game. In this case... you have good damage physics for your cars, or interesting ones at that. It's interesting to see how you can damage a vehicle without the performance being impacted. It's very reminiscent of the certain franchise that I like. The main franchise, not the sister franchise. I honestly do hope we get a follow-up to the Crew Motorfest. Because this is... If they can do it bigger and better than this one, I would very much appreciate that. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish up this playlist tonight, and then I'll give you... Now that I'm exploring more of this game and I understand it more than I did before, I feel that I'm more equipped to give my thoughts and feelings on the shortcomings of the game and what I like about it. The cosmetics kind of bug me because there's not really much there for you to purchase and customize with. It's this whole once-a-week thing. You need to finish 10 playlists to unlock fast travel. Whoa! I believe your rocket has an air boost. If you go to the effects now, you'll be able to see the in-game descriptions. Oh. Not early in game, but you can fly there. I already have a plane. I haven't been using it. I think you need to finish 10 playlists to unlock fast travel. There's a major year 2 update coming November 6th. I'm actually... Okay, I'm going to actually... I should be home by November 6th. I very much will be, in fact. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover that update specifically, which is November 6th, when... I find it pretty freaking dumb that I can't access my calendar on 102. November 6th is a Wednesday. So if I can get the update on that day, I will be more than happy to cover it. But for a game that's relatively bug-free from Ubisoft, that's interesting. This isn't a bland game by any stretch. There's a lot going for it. For obvious reasons, the music's not going. I also don't trust streamer mode, even though it'd be pretty fun for me to have right now. I don't trust it because any music that's in the streamer friendly section can still be taken out of that at any given time, and people could try and fleece you for royalties and stuff like that. That is a thing that can and will happen, so you don't trust it. You always turn off music for streaming. What do you mean I went too far? Was that just to go past? Yeah, just to go past it. But no, the vibe and aesthetic of this is quite something. Oh my goodness. So there's church. Not exactly the best driver. This is actually handling better than I thought it would have, to be honest. I guess, whoa. I guess I just appreciate the more arcadey aspect of this, without it being too BS-y and gimmicky. Because there's all those racers out there that'll be so over the top arcadey. That's just, oh, here we are.
line was originally built to compete in motorsports competitions.
Oh my god, I'm getting terrible information here. I don't like it. So go past the barn.
It's one of the rarest.
That's one thing I would like to see in this is barn finds.
Keep that in mind before doing anything rash, okay? Plus, I love that car.
Barn finds in a game like this would just make sense. Because you don't know what the hell you can find. You already have the prospect of being able to find abandoned airplanes and stuff like that and restore them. That'd be fun. Planes, boats, bikes. It's basically an improvement on what Forza Horizon does. But it does it in a way that is more appealing. Because Horizon tries to be motorsport, but more festival-like. Oh. One's getting a little bit more difficult. So there's a house here, I've got to turn on the bus that's here. Yeah, I take this corner here. Whoa. There we go. Achievement mode in general is a joke. People see strikes on non-copyright material. Yep, agreed. Even in like Forza Horizon 4, it wasn't the best.
Better backtrack.
Oh, over the bridge. Yeah, streamer mode should never ever be trusted in any case scenario. Oh, we got a little bit of a. There we go. I do find that some cars in this do tend to wheel spin a little bit unnecessarily, which I don't agree with. Case in point, the Mazda RX-7. That was so slippery. And yet it's not actually like that.
You should be closing in. Good job.
To the right. Goddamn military base?
There is the finish line. Gun it.
Hey, look at us go. I do appreciate the arcadey style that they're going for because they're not trying to be like terribly serious with it. I also do like the attention, the collaboration with Donut Media. I'm gonna do a whole stream on that. That'll be a stream in itself. The collaboration with Donut. Because Donut may have had, may have fell off recently a little bit. Donut may have fallen off a little bit recently. But it's hard to deny that the collaborations they've done with racing games in general haven't been lackluster. They've been pretty good. So, Forza Horizon 5, they did 2 events. And you could own the high car and low car 350Z, which was appreciated because they've got parts on it that you can't actually get in the game. So that's appreciated. I don't know. What's the nature of the collaboration here? Try to read. No, I'm trying. Damn it, James, I'm trying to read. Join the Donut team and conduct car experiments and answer their questions through a curated selection of car face-offs and thematic challenges. James Pumphrey of Donut Media. I mean, that's not exactly true anymore because James Pumphrey's left. He's left Donut.
Challenge, Kai has brought you a 1970 Japanese beauty, the Nissan Fairlady Z432. Plus,
Ah,
traction
a Fairlady.
control has just made its debut.
But Fairlady was never really bad. Oh yeah, classic 1974 Fairlady. I'm gonna grab this, and when we get a chance to pause, I'll pause because I need to shut the window. Or windows, rather. Oh, wow. That's a beauty car. Hell yeah. So, yeah, no, this is fantastic. I like this. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let me just do this real quick.
So I'll be your co-pilot. Pay attention.
Wow. We're getting rally as well. Alright, 1 second. Oh, never mind. Apparently I've already closed my window. I didn't realize. Alright. So, yeah. Let's continue on with this. Whoa. Beat 315. I could try.
Light curve on the right.
Well,
Don't forget, I'm a mechanic, not a magician. Watch that.
the way this car feels, you might as well be a magician. Uh, 20% done. We should have plenty of time.
Feeling that traction control edition yet?
Oh, we got a lag spike.
Right.
Or a frame drop. Yeah, one thing I didn't like about this when I first started playing it is that it was dropping frames. I don't know why. Because as we can... Oh, I missed a half to bonus now. We're not exactly utilizing much of anything right now. So... Oh, no, maybe we are. Wait, have you really let me... Oh... I know what's happening. I know what's happening. It's fine.
There's gonna be a long left, then long right.
Yeah, we're like 8 to 90% utilization on the graphics card. A large amount of that has honestly come from using OBS. But more than that, a lot of it comes from NVIDIA Broadcast. So it's using up a lot of my GPU to do the green screen thing on my camera. So yeah, you gotta put up with that. If I could get my hands on a better GPU with more tensor cores and that, I would gladly upgrade. Even though for what this cost and what it was competing against back in the day, it was insane.
Ready for another sharp left.
So when this 3070 came out, it was very comparable to the $1,000 2080 Ti in terms of raw output. But it was also more power efficient by a long shot. It held frames the same. It was all fantastic. The 2080 Ti was essentially made redundant when the 3070 came out because they were so comparable in terms of performance. So there's that. But I do want to try and get my hands on the 40 series and do a little bit of an experiment. That experiment is with AV1 encoding. So what that is basically a special kind of encoding that would allow me to stream at higher quality without using as much bandwidth as I am now. So I'm currently streaming using 8,000 kilobits a second at 1080-60.
And bam, finish line.
With AV1 encoding... Oh, we need to beat 315? God damn it. With AV1 encoding, I could do the same quality at like 2.5 to 3,000 kilobits a second. But I can't go. I would have to, at minimum, you get a 4070 Super TI. Oh, my cursor's still on screen. Alright, so we have to be more confident with the corners we take because there's a lot more traction that we have with this car in general. I actually could have a bunch of the gears and all of that. So we're yapping, I weren't paying attention at the time I had to be, so it's 3 minutes 15. Wherever it takes, as long as it goes to the checkpoints. And I'm going to talk about the checkpoints as well, because holy crap. They might just be my favourite. The checkpoints in this game might just be my favourite out of all the racers that I have. Or all of the more modern racers that I have, I should say.
There's gonna be a long left, then long right.
We can easily gauge your time if we can do halfway before the half mark of the time.
Water, go for it. Full speed.
Oh, this is fun. You'll flood your engine if you do that too often, though.
Sharp left coming. Get ready for another sharp left, then right.
I'm always gonna be super bloody aware of these turns and that. Good lord. I felt that. I felt the car slip. I actually hate that feeling. Unless I'm actively doing it.
Right again, then left. Don't miss the bridge.
Ah, we're done. We're about 10 seconds faster. We need to shave off another 10 seconds. Oh my god. This is insane. This is insane. Now, if I put that down to a 3, I could have. I would probably set it to be 320 or something like that. The game's kind of fair when you change the difficulty. It actually changes the time, and it does it in a way that's not terrible.
Okay, so this is a rally, right? So I'll be your co-pilot. Pay attention. Light curve on the right. Watch that left curve.
I'll tell you all about the checkpoints and what I like after this race.
Feeling that traction control edition yet? Right turn. There's gonna be a long left, then long right. Left turn, then right. Water, go for it. Full speed.
Woo!
Sharp left coming. Get ready for another sharp left, then right.
You have to be very resourceful when doing this. You have to play within the confines of what the game allows you to do. God! Why are we slipping out like that? Yeah, that's not a fun time.
Right again, then left. Don't miss the bridge. And bam, finish line.
We're only 2 seconds behind? There's no way. That's insane. That's insane. So what I like about the checkpoint system is that they're very lenient with how they register your time with them. So you could scut around things just a little bit, but you can still take the route that you want to.
Okay, so this is a rally, right? So I'll be your co-pilot. Pay attention. Light curve on the right. Watch that left curve.
They do vary though, some have little to no extent hitbox, some are huge. Yeah, the hitboxes are really generous in this game for the most part.
Edition yet? Right turn.
Like in this case scenario here, you can skirt large portions of the track.
There's gonna be a long left, then long right.
We're also slower.
Left turn, then right. Water, go for it. Full speed.
That's not what should have happened, but okay. I don't know why we're also dropping frames right now. We shouldn't be. We have no reason to drop them.
Shop right.
We definitely lost a lot of time doing this, but in the end you can actually do it when you pull off the right moves and cut the corners that you need to cut.
Right again, then left. Don't miss the bridge.
Why? I'm surrendering that one. Okay, so for context, when the rear end of the car hit that tiny ass barrier, it spun out when it shouldn't have. So that's a hard disagree with me on that one. I'm gonna be a bit of a perfectionist with this one.
So I'll be your co-pilot. Pay attention. Light curve on the right. Watch that left curve. Feeling that traction control edition yet? Right turn. There's gonna be a long left, then long right.
Yeah, see there, we didn't slide out.
Left turn, then right. Water, go for it. Full speed. Sharp left coming. Ouch! Get ready for another sharp left, then right.
This car is very bad at trying to correct itself. Yep, that's worth a restart from that. The thing is, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have the car correct itself when it's sliding, and it's not willing to do that. It just tries to slide out even more when it shouldn't be.
Okay, so this is a rally, right? So I'll be your co-pilot. Pay attention. Light curve on the right. Watch that left curve. Feeling that traction control edition yet? Right turn.
Whew.
There's gonna be a long left, then long right.
I'm still too slow.
Left turn, then right. Water. Go for it. Full speed.
Screwed it up. Screwed it up. So the goal is to try and have 50% of the race done within a minute 20. That way you're ensuring that you have a little bit extra time. Because if you do the same thing, if you try and do...
So this is a rally, right? So
Yeah,
I'll be your co-pilot.
1 minute 20 should be fine for 50% of the course. Then if you go ahead and try and replicate that for the last half of it, and try and take a few shortcuts, that should be all right ultimately.
Watch that left curve. Feeling that traction control edition yet?
That line read is pretty weird, not gonna lie. Oh, stop sliding! Stop the sliding! Good lord! I'm trying to course. Yeah, no, let's retry. Let's retry. Remediate. That slide was annoying because I was actually counter steering to make it correct itself, which is what you're supposed to do when you're sliding like that. You're meant to counter steer.
This is a rally, right? So I'll be your co-pilot. Pay attention. Light curve on the right. Watch that left curve.
Yeah, see, that doesn't make any sense. Because if I were to counter steer again, I would just start donuting in the middle of the race. It is not good. Some of the physics, not much,
I'll be your co-pilot.
but some of them are not tuned correctly. So your counter steering is not all that good. It's a little bit more sensitive than it should be.
Watch that left curve.
Yeah, that's a retry. We're not risking much time. Because if I make a mistake there, I'm guaranteed to make a mistake down the line. It's all about balance and finding out your route.
So I'll be your
We all have our own ways of doing this, and there's a way the game wants us to do it, but we also have our own ways of doing it.
watch that left curve.
Yeah, no, that was still on a collision course. I think. Oh, I should of course correct it then.
Okay, so this is a rally, right? So I'll be your co-pilot.
So for me personally, I don't quite have the skills to do this normally,
Curve on the
and I'm not prepared to lower the difficulty any further because then it'll either get too hard or become very easy.
watch that left curve. Feeling that traction control edition yet? Right turn.
That's unfortunate. Why? What? No! No, that's unreasonable! I downshifted and then spun the hell out. Even though I wasn't hitting the rev limiter just yet. My car locked up and I kind of spun out. That was unreasonable. That shouldn't have happened just yet. There should have been a bit more tolerance before that happened. Just saying. Speaking from experience from driving in video games with a manual car. Even in the more arcadey titles, that wouldn't have happened that early.
Watch that left curve. Feeling that traction control edition yet? Right turn. There's gonna be a long left, then long right. Left turn, then right. Water. Go for it. Full speed.
Yeah, we're not doing this. I'm not gonna get this done tonight. Because honestly, with the way I drive and the lanes that I'm taking, I'm not gonna get this done. I absolutely can't get this done, so I'm gonna try and give it one more try after this. And then that'll be the stream for tonight.
For another sharp left, then right.
What I don't like is how slippery this all feels.
Sharp right. Right again, then left. Don't miss the bridge. Watch the car. And bam, finish line.
No! That is dog water! That is dog water! Screw you, game! Screw you! Ah! That's disgusting! That is disgusting! That is disgusting! I hate that! I hate that! I know what slowed me down! Ah! We almost had it! Almost! If I didn't take that one shortcut, I wouldn't have had it.
Okay.
That reminds me.
Rally, right?
Why does she not shut the hell up when I pause the game? That is actually annoying. It seriously is. Like, for real. I have to grab something real quick. 1 second. Why are you not going in? There we go. What am I grabbing? Where is it? Oh. There we go. Okay. Relaxed. Chilling. We vibing. But no, we actually technically did do it. It's just the game has an odd finish time.
Watch that left curve. Feeling that traction control edition yet? Right turn.
Ah! Notification! Fuck off, you trash monkey! Notifications should be fucking slow my system down a lot like this. God! Whew! Okay, let's go. Fucking hell.
Okay.
I'm now
This is
heated.
everybody, right? So I'll be your co-pilot. Pay attention. Light curve on the right. Don't forget, I'm a mechanic, not a magician. Watch that left curve.
Yeah, downshifting is not. Downshifting is also one of the reasons my car's spinning out. It's not. It's got a lot to do with the ground that we're on. So you have to be careful. If you try to slide when you're on a certain patch of the dirt,
Okay, so this is a rally.
you're gonna
So
slide.
I'll be your co-pilot. Pay attention. Light curve on the right. Watch that left curve. Feeling that traction control edition yet? Right turn.
Whew. I don't think this car is fast enough on specific gears. If I'm honest.
There's gonna be a long left, then long right. Left turn, then right.
And you absolute trash monkey! Why? Why would you have it set up so I can actually slide out on that corner? Okay, I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do. Ha ha! Oh, this track design is largely good, with a couple of terrible sections to it. I know what I'm doing now. I know what to do.
Light curve on the right. Watch that left curve. Feeling that traction control edition yet? Right turn. There's gonna be a long left, then long right. Left turn, then right. Water, go for it. Full speed. Sharp left coming. Get ready for another sharp left, then right.
Ah! Screw you! Screw you, game! Screw you! Oh, and neutral too! That was such a good run! That was such a good run, but you had to screw me over with the neutral gear! Ah! We're doing so well too. I'm gonna go insane doing this. I said one more time, but we got so close that last time. I'm now determined.
So this is
Nothing
right?
else is gonna stop me now.
Pay attention. Light curve on the right.
Also, whilst I'm at it, I'm gonna get this bitch to shut the hell up. Now she can shut the hell up.
Watch that left curve.
No, 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 no! Good lord! I know that would happen like that IRL, but the fact that you kind of get stuck when doing it and you can't really slide out of it? How?
There's gonna be a long left, then long right. Left turn, then right. Water, go for it. Full speed. Sharp left coming.
No, Wow, you can't even course correct yourself, you idiot! And it's not me to blame this time around. It's the game's mechanics of sliding that car. You can't course correct it without frickin' donutting.
Okay, so this is a rally, right? So I'll be your co-pilot. Pay attention. Light curve on the right.
I see chat moving. Downshifting into a higher RPM will lock up as well. Yep, we've already experienced that plenty of times.
Watch that left curve.
Throughout this entire stream.
Feeling that traction control edition yet? Right turn.
Stop lagging! There we go. Just to emphasize a little bit, or not emphasize, just to try and balance this out a little bit more. Okay, overclock. Let's go. That should help stabilize the frames a little bit more. And should prevent that from happening.
Left turn, then right. Water. Go for it. Full speed. Sharp left coming. Get ready for another sharp left, then right.
Ooh. Some of these gears are a bit dodgy. Why did you attempt to slide out like that? Come on now. You're better than this. You've driven a lot better than this before. Nope. I'm complaining. I'm complaining.
Sharp right.
That's causing me to make mistakes. Okay. Okay, we got this. We got this. We got this. We've technically already done this before. We actually got almost within the time, but it was cruelly taken away because the time was a little bit weird. So we actually did the world best is 2. Who's doing this in 2:11?
Don't forget, I'm a mechanic, not a magician.
That's insane. That slows us down too much, so we're redoing it. So we did get with almost within the target time.
Okay, so this is a rally, right? So I'll be your co-pilot.
Yeah, our target time is to beat 3:15.547. We got it in 3:15.696. So the time that they threw up there seems impossible. But someone on the leaderboard, which I'm assuming to be a modder or something, has gotten it in 2:11. I don't believe that for a second. I believe they've used some shenanigans to get their way with the times.
Watch that left curve.
What was that on my screen? Temperature changing. I screwed that up. I shouldn't have hit the accelerator there. I should have just kept going. Oh, I hate that. We had no reason to slide out, but we did.
Right again, then left. Don't miss the bridge.
Fucking tree.
And bam, finish line.
That's disgusting. We could have done so much better than that. I felt it. I felt it. I felt we could have done so much better than that. I am thoroughly dissatisfied with that.
Okay, so this is a rally, right? So
If it wasn't for that back end slipping out, plus the corner that we could have cut, I would have gotten that.
light curve on the right. Watch that lip curve. Feeling that traction control edition yet? Right turn. There's gonna be a long left, then long right. Left turn, then right. Water, go for it. Full speed. Felt them coming. Get ready for another sharp left, then right.
Always this uphill. Nope.
Right again, then left. Don't miss the bridge.
Yes! I just did it in 307. Sloppy attempt at 307. Oh, we got it! It took so much more work. It took a lot more control than I can even muster with my thing, so there's that. Off of stream.
Was such a lively era, and that's something we really wanted you to feel. That's why we're going for a vibrant, high-paced event. Get ready for a disco face-off.
Off of stream, I'm gonna finish that set. I do wish this is as best a shot as I can get with a DeLorean. Without a shadow of a doubt. There we go. That'll just have to do. Crikey O'Reilly! With a few shortcomings and some shaky hands, because doing stuff like that does actually stress me out. But yeah, it's fine, it's whatever. So this time around, what can I even say? Some of the mechanics in this game are a little bit odd. Like the way we spun out several times, it just wasn't ideal. Counter steering wasn't working for some reason. We were trying to counter steer to stabilize the car, but it just wasn't happening. That needs a bit of fixing. The rubber banding needs fixing. It really does. Then the AI in this is already competent enough that you don't need it. That first playlist that you get where you're driving boat, you're on the beach and then you drive a plane and then a boat. What I experienced in that playlist was extremely painful, very much painful. The thing is, right? The thing is, it shouldn't have happened. It should not have happened. We did a race on the beach, and what happened there was cars were just pulling right ahead in the sand. They were just like, pshing. They were just going. They were going for it. I was trying automatic. I was trying manual. At the end of it, I just gave up with it. It said to just finish it, so that's what I did for that entire playlist. It wasn't good. It just wasn't. If you're gonna have races, or if you're gonna have races like that, turn off the goddamn rubber banding and make it fair. These were all rally or off-road modified vehicles that really shouldn't be modified for that. So we're talking muscle cars with the extended rims. We're talking muscle cars with better suspension and brakes, and made for driving in things like the sand. I don't mind the slippy nature of that because there's no traction there. But when your wheels dig in and then you're going forward slowly, but your opponent in an older vehicle is doing the same thing, but they're doing it a lot faster, going slow as hell. That's on automatic. It happened as well, exactly like that, as well on manual. So there's no reason for it. Get rid of the rubber banding. As for cosmetics, the cosmetics all need to be available. All of them. The glowing wheels, the underglow, everything. Outside of that bundle and offer in the shop, which is meant to refresh once a week, I cannot for the life of me purchase anything. I would also say lower the in-game currency prices for things. Make the cosmetics all fully payable, either with crew credits or bucks. and just have them all available to buy at any given time. I don't know why they're doing it like that. It is not good. Now, here's the thing. Is this better than the competition? The only competition right now is Forza Horizon 5. Now, I know Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown just came out. I'm not touching that yet. Might not until the sale happens. Right now, the only competition that comes close to this game is Forza Horizon 5. Is this competition for Forza Horizon 5? It's an open world festival racer that heavily leans into arcade physics and mechanics for stuff. This is bigger. This does it bigger, and it does a lot of the things better, and it adds in new stuff. So, we're missing barn finds. Now, in a game this big and expansive, there should be barn finds. Now, we're on Hawaii, so I don't know how you would go about doing that. That would be a fun idea. Barn finds should be vehicles that you can't necessarily buy. So, for example, the rat DeLorean. Take that away. Put it as a barn find. You find a DMC-12 DeLorean in a barn, and your engineer restores it and then modifies it to look like the rat DeLorean. That's a good concept. That's a very good concept. It not only takes the concept of this vehicle that you could buy, or in this case, you would have been able to buy, but no longer. I would like to actively see that. I want to see more in the way of customization. It's kind of lacking in that. You can customize things like the hood, bumper, fenders, and all that, but there needs to be more of it. I don't know. I don't know how many aftermarket vendors are still around that would want to be a part of this, like C West body kits and all that. It's interesting. It would be good. I like the racing in this more. While this game does have rubber banding, it is still more playable on any difficulty setting than all of Horizon 5. To even have a half decent experience in Forza Horizon 5, you would have, and to play without rubber banding, you would have to play on Tourist, where all the car's power is scaled back. It's not even stock. It's around stock. You're basically racing against stock cars at this point. The thing is, the AI seems to change its habits a little bit, difficulty by difficulty here. Forza, that's not the case. The AI is always the same, it's just the power of the car that changes. Overall, I like this more. I just wish there was a little bit more to it to give it that feeling of enhancement. Like, yeah, we can open world drive in this, and I believe if what Bulldog says is correct, profit improvement once you're using your own cars. Oh, so okay, so at some point, if you mean don't log in, that's fine. The game doesn't wake up until you're using your own vehicles. So at some point, we do get to use our own vehicles. We don't get to use. We're not forced to use loaner cars or anything. So that's fine. Spoiler, but it's fine. I don't care about that. It's good to know that eventually I do get to use my own vehicles for races. That's great. The whole getting custom parts, that's actually kind of cool. You get custom parts like improved brakes, tires, suspension, engine, all that. That stuff is great. But with a new RPG element to it, it adds something extra. You can make an even more custom build. So, for example, you want to make something that has all collector on it. I think it's this. Where is it? If you want to do a build specifically focused on XP gains, so like Legend, Goldfinger, Lucky, yeah. If you want to do a loot thing, so like Rich, Legend, Goldfinger, Lucky, and Lucky, you could very well do that. Like I said, and like what was brought to my attention, the upgrades with these bonuses are very interesting to look at. And I actually want to see what more we can do with that. Who knows, you might be able to do like an XP grind car build that when you win races with it, you get all these bonus drops and everything. That's something I want. That's something I'm interested about. It kind of throws that whole more realistic approach out the window, but that's fine. It's an arcade racer that's meant to be pure fun. You're not even forced to race against other people. Forza takes all that stuff and then rams it down your throat. And I'm like, I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate what they do with it. This at the time of the stream, the game is probably still on sale. So if you want to grab it, I recommend this. I recommend this. But tomorrow, there will be another Bellend stream. All right. There will be another Bellend stream tomorrow. If we can agree on it, it will be. I'm checking the community tab for the poll. There is a poll up, by the way, so if you want to go to the poll and vote on it, you very much can. It's about our next stream, the Bellends. So you have the option of seeing us play Dying Light, Scum, Stuffed, or League of Legends. We started off originally with Fortnite, but then we went to League of Legends, and then just all round team effort. So Scum, Stuffed, League of Legends, or Dying Light. You can click on the channel name, go to the community tab, and have a look at that. But without further ado, I am tired. It is so warm in here. So I'm wrapping up. Shout out to Bulldog for joining. Shout out to everyone that watches this back. Shout out to all the love and support that I've had on the channel recently. It is fantastic. Yeah, I'm tired. You know where all the stuff is in the description box. Go check it out. Same with being a channel member and all that. But yeah, thank you for joining. As always, stay safe, take care, and I will see you tomorrow. More than likely with the Bellends, it might be League of Legends, it might be Dying Light. So it's up in the air. So thank you for joining. Stay safe, take care.